Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I lose my mind. I just yapped for like 10 minutes and all the audio is gone. Today's topic is something that I've been wanting to talk about. It's called happiness is a choice, pain is an addiction. And I had this thought when I was watching a YouTuber. I think his name was Pondering Something. I will try to like link his video so you guys can watch it. It was really good. One thing that he said that really stuck out to me was we get so addicted to the chemicals of our experiences from our past that we start to repeat that cycle. When you want to live a different way, when you want to make a change for yourself, when you want to stop living in a toxic way or mindset, it is hard to make that change because your brain is so addicted to the same experiences, thought patterns, and feelings, like whatever chemicals that you get from depression or happiness or whatever it is. Your brain is addicted to those chemicals, so you're naturally going to be in that cycle. And this is something that I realized that I had been doing for so long, because I feel like I go through periods of like, I'm so happy, and then like I see memes about this all the time, but it's like there's just, you feel like this never-ending doom that's like towering over you, like something bad is going to happen all the time. Like I can't be happy for this long, things can't be going good for me for this long. And I think from like an Islamic perspective, there's some truth to that, because we know that this life is a test and you're not here to feel happy all the time, and inevitably you will be tested with hardship, and Allah tests those that He loves, and etc. So I understand that, but from my perspective, I will be living, and because I'm happy, it feels wrong, and I'm constantly waiting for something to go wrong. And I don't think that that's husnul dhann fillah, and I don't think that that's a proper mindset that a Muslim should have. So I'm trying to unlearn that, but it's something that's been going on for years, where I'm constantly like happy and good, and then I feel like, okay, now it's time to be depressed for 3 months now, and then we'll be happy later, and we'll just shut off and turn everything off. And I'm kind of sick and tired of living in that cycle and not being able to enjoy the good that's in front of me because I'm waiting for something bad to happen. But when he said that in the YouTube video about we get addicted to the chemicals of our experiences, it really made me think that happiness is a choice. Like it's a choice that you make, and sadness and pain is an addiction. And when I had gone through I think the past like 4 months, I had gone through the worst depression of like that I've ever experienced. It's so uncomfortable for me to talk about. I had some moments, like after the hard months were really, really bad, I started to feel myself come out of it, and then something was pulling me back into wanting to feel depressed and wanting to go back into that sadness. And obviously we know like shaitan is a factor in that equation. I got to a point where I was like, no, like I could start to feel my brain pulling me back into the sadness, and then when I would go back into it, so like the sadness, like feeling sad in your heart, feeling sad in your body, every thought that comes out of your head is very negative and pessimistic. I started to feel that and started to feel good that it was coming back. And it was crazy because that's when I had watched that guy's YouTube video, and I had paused for a minute, and I was like, there's something weirdly comforting and addictive about feeling sad, and I feel myself enjoying it in a weird way. Like this is so stupid. Like when I talk about it, I'm like, that is the dumbest thing ever, but that's what keeps you in that cycle, I feel like. And I feel like if you want to be happy, you have to constantly get up and make the decision that you're going to do what you can to make yourself happy. And you might not feel it at first, and I guess this doesn't apply to everybody, but everything that I talk about and all of my perspectives are coming through my own lived experiences and my own body and biological makeup. Like I know depression affects everyone very differently, so take my experiences and my projections with a grain of salt, because this might not be for everybody. However, I do think it's beneficial to listen to other people's perspectives, because you do learn so much more about life in general and about yourself, and you can take pieces of other people's lives and try to pin it to yours and see if you can learn from that. I knew that my train of thinking and my actions were very destructive. Something that motivates me and inspires me all the time is like having a growth mindset, constantly doing better and becoming better. And I didn't want to. I just wanted to. I don't want to necessarily say I wanted to feel sad, but I wanted to give up. I had been pushing myself and trying to progress through life despite whatever life throws at me, and that's where I developed this like need to have a growth mindset and do better and constantly grow. And then I think I burnt out. It's hard to make hard decisions when you're depressed. That is the biggest thing I learned from this and never experienced before. Like, making tough decisions and trying to want better for yourself when you're depressed is so incredibly hard. And Shaitan wants you to stay depressed. He wants you down. He wants you in that misery. I have made my whole life revolve around self-development and becoming better. Now looking back at it, I feel like I was not doing it genuinely for myself, and I was doing that for everyone else. And I think that is also what led to me to having such a burnout. And then when I inevitably got depressed, I was actively going against all of that, because self-development and personal growth and all those things come with making hard decisions and etc. And I didn't want to do all of that. I'm focusing so much on this concept of personal development and becoming better and growing that I didn't even feel like I was living in the moment. I was constantly living in reference to my future self. And I think that also is what led to things like not feeling present and not living life in the moment. Constantly living in reference to your future self puts you in this like freeze zone of like, and I think I was literally in this freeze zone for years. I don't know about years, but I was also thinking about this the other day. Like, I have achieved so much in the past 3 years. If I look at my life from now and I look to the past of 3 years, was I proud of myself in the moment? No. Did I ever feel success in the moment? Not really. I was constantly waiting for the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. What else am I going to achieve? You know, how far am I going to go? Like, all of these things. It put me in a cycle of like not being happy with myself. And like, what is the point of anything anymore if you're constantly trying to, like, it doesn't end, you know? You just keep chasing your future self and your future goals and your success, never taking a minute to stop and smell the roses. And that's, I'm loving these like little corny phrases, like these white people phrases. They're amazing. And like one day I was super depressed and I heard that phrase and it hit me in a way it never had hit me before. Like, literally stop and smell the roses. Like, why are you always running? Literally and figuratively. So that's something that I'm going to try and work on now. Genuinely feel proud of my accomplishments, big or small, throughout the days, throughout the weeks, throughout the months, instead of waiting to look at my past self and be proud of her. But the present self is never feeling worthy or accomplished of anything, and then that's what makes me feel so unmotivated and depressed throughout my days and never proud of myself. And yeah, I guess I'm repeating myself, but I don't want to live a life like that anymore. My friend kept telling me it always gets extremely bad before it gets a lot better, and I think that's true. And I think if you hold tight onto that belief, that it will give you hope. And it's also like you're manifesting, I say that with Islamic beliefs, relax, but you are manifesting good to come because you believe it. And if you believe it, then you will see it and you will make it happen. Stick to things that have motivated you in the past and inspired you. I think inspiration is one of the most beautiful things ever, and it's something that I always cling to whenever I'm feeling depressed or lack of motivation, or feeling stuck in life, is that inspiration. I go to the people and the things that inspire me the most, and it's, for some people, it's simple as the gym. That's an inspiring place for me. It's people on social media as well that I look up to, like Liana Deeb is one of my biggest inspirations. My friends and the people that I know have been through things, having conversations with them. Cling so tight to the things that you know are good for you. cling to your deen, cling to that connection with Allah. It's so hard to have a connection with your iman in Islam when you are extremely depressed. It is very hard. And all I can say is that it just takes one dua, one salah with intention. It's kind of hard for me to talk about or express or realize within myself that I put that distance between me and Allah when I was depressed. He never did that. That spiritual connection was really hard for me, but I still, had that like 50-50 type of hope and belief when I would make my dua. And I think it's disappointing that it wasn't 100% yaqeen, but 50% is still something, and it's better than nothing. Alhamdulillah, I'm a lot better and happier. So, that goes to say that never give up on that spiritual side. Like, take it easy. Let yourself have the bad days, but don't let yourself have the bad months. Don't let yourself fall into something that's so toxic and addictive. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for always telling me that listening and giving me a chance to talk about things. And I'm glad that we are able to come together. Like the other day I got a DM from a sister who told me that my last episode, where I did also speak about depression, she told me that it was really, really impactful to her. And I guess that's the reason why I was pushed to make this video today. We're in this together, and you're not alone, and we can learn and grow from each other's experiences. So alhamdulillah. And thank you guys for watching and listening and giving me a chance. And I guess I'll see you on the next video. Bye!